Wow, it's your boy Carcino here. Thank you guys who have supported the page. I appreciate all the love and support. Those who hitting up the stream lab, them I call them my day ones. And that's clicking the link in the description box to support us. They do it just because they say, hey, I love the support. I love what you do. Yeah, those like my day ones. The ones hit up that stream lab. But all my new age, they normally hit Cash App up. But whichever way you want to donate to the page, we appreciate the love, man. My Cash App is Carcino. Y'all, mostly everybody who listens to me know that. But in case you're new and you just got here, welcome. This is what happens here. We give you the real. Now, ever since I've spoken about Colin Kaepernick, I don't know. People been patting me on the back like, yes, thank you. Someone has said what we've said. Thank you. Why is everyone doing this and brainwashing people? And Stephen A. Smith even came out like, I'm done. Like, this guy don't want to play. Because that's the way the appearance look. It appears as if he don't want to play. He gave them that appearance by changing the locations at the last minute. Like I said, I have not seen the contract, so I don't know what they wanted him to sign and what it looked like to make him want to switch facilities. I mean, and it was at the last minute. Then he want his own receivers. He didn't want the NFL to send him some receivers that might drop the ball or not run the right route the right way. Like it was a sabotage. This morning, I spoke to a college coach who does scouting for college teams, who I won't even name because I don't want to bring him into this. Like he said, man, don't bring me into that. But talking to him, as we was watching the football games of Dallas and Detroit, he was just saying, we don't look at who caught the ball and all of those things. We're evaluating the quarterback. We want to look at his timing. We want to look at where he placed the ball, the timing of the play, how far could he throw, the extension, the mechanics. We're looking at these things. We're not really caring if the receiver catches the ball. If the quarterback's doing his job, that's on the receiver. So for them to have the receiver there, if the receiver didn't get out in the break at a certain time, then the scouts would know it right away. Like, okay, the receiver just stumbled getting out of the gate, but the ball was where it should have been and should have been placed. And the right time and the accuracy, the ball's got to be at a certain, on this part of the shoulder. Whatever they're working on at the time, they're looking at mechanics. So that wouldn't even have played a part in it, but the fact that it was done just, overstatedly made this a bigger situation than what had actually happened. So Stephen A. Smith, because he's on ESPN and has a bigger personality, such as myself, they blew him up. They came out, blew him up completely, and tore him to shreds, the media. So Eric Reid comes right in, couldn't help himself, and said to Stephen A. Smith on social media, if you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are blaming oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing. You embody this quote. You, Malcolm Jennings, and Jay-Z prance around doing the NFL's bidding to try to bury Colin. I stand for truth and justice above all else. You are mistaken by thinking that because you or anybody else is black that you are spared from the criticism, especially when you are been so blatantly on the NFL side and corrupting their own process to hinder Colin's employment. Now, saying that, Stephen A. Smith came right back. He was not finna let that ride. Not one bit. So, Stephen A. Smith comes and says, the more you talk, the more ridiculous you sound, Eric Reid. Actually, it's worse than I thought, since you're the one tweeting me hours before a doggone game. And speaking on the game, oh yeah, you like, dude, what you doing? Do it in your Stephen A's voice. The more you talk, the more ridiculous you sound, Eric Reid. Actually, it's worse than I thought, since you're tweeting me hours before a game. And speaking on the game, weren't you at Atlanta in attendance for Kaepernick's workout yesterday before having to leave early to play for a team in a league you're supposed to be oppressed by? Wasn't that you? Just asking. But hold on, I got more. Oh, I got more. The same Malcolm X, who we all revere for life, by the way, you just brought up and acknowledged that with certain slight errors in the thinking, I think. You think bringing that up, you, Eric Reid, went through the same process Cap was supposed to be going through, and you're still playing on Sunday. But you didn't bring that up, did you? And unlike you walking around and doing nothing but bitching. That's right, I said it. At every turn, myself and many others in the media world have been religiously called out the NFL for blackballing Cap. We religiously highlighted the unfairness of it all. And some of us have worked behind the scenes, trying to help Jay-Z and others. They trying to quest to get Cap back in the league. Meanwhile, what is Eric Reid doing? Complaining like he wants to be on first take, but failing to stop to run on Sundays. Taking the money about the NFL. Talking it about the NFL at every turn, but asking for that check, no doubt. Yet, I'm the one tap dancing. Why? Why? Because I'm gainfully employed while trying to remain and remind youngsters out here about the pitfalls that lie in wait. Meanwhile, someone like you continues to throw professionalism and decorum and decency into the wind, sending folks down a dead-end path. All because your boy ain't getting perceived the way that you like when no one gets their way. So who's the sellout? Guess what? It's neither one of us. We just have a difference of opinions, brother. I respect the hell out of you. You know, you're immature, belligerent self. But I'm going to call it as I see it. Kaepernick made a mistake the way he handled all this. If he really wants a job in the NFL, period. And your contributions to all of this doesn't help. It hurts. It ain't about you being wrong. It's about you needing to grow the hell up. Your decision, your life. Do you. Because I'm going to do me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. It does come off better doing the Stephen A. So, that was their little blow up on social media so far. You're not going to win going against a journalist. They doing what they do for a living. You have to do what you do for a living. And that's the key of it. That's really just the gist of it. And I believe in my heart of hearts that Kaepernick really set himself on a course of creating this I want to still be the symbol guy and basically not want to get back in the league. I think he want to come back and be the starter.
You can run a marathon.
Hold on, what in the world is that?
Write a manuscript. For this season, make a resolution.
I mean, somebody just jumped on my screen and threw an ad on something I wasn't even on. I'm like, what is that? When they start doing that. So now, I think Kaepernick, he's got his back is against the wall, and he's got a lot of things he needs to really think about. He's got a lot on his plate now to think about because Eric Reid just showed he drunk the Kool-Aid, and there's been some injustice in the league in the NFL, and because of it, a lot of it just don't get reported, and a lot of it we don't see. But the stuff that happens in the locker room, the way they cater to certain people, and of course, this is injustice in the world. I can't tell you a job in the world where there isn't injustice. There's injustice in what we're doing right here on YouTube. Because plenty of us feel like we don't get the same equal opportunity as someone with different skin color, and this is the internet. They're like, we want you to show your face. Like, what? Yeah, show your face. So we can see if you're black or white. Oh, okay, he's black. Okay, yeah. Spam him. It's people, they feel this way. They're like, wait a minute, how this guy, I'm doing what he's doing, how this guy's getting this much, and he's just talking about grading farts, and he's got 3 million views. But yet, I put out an interview with someone of stature, and well, you didn't tag this right, you didn't move this right, we can't go here, that's not working right. So it's no matter what job you do in this world, no, it's always going to be looked at as a slight, and it's always going to be looked at as there is some unfairness going on at your job, whether it's prejudiceness or what have you. At every job, I can't name one where a person don't feel like they have been judged or held back just because of the color of their skin, or race, or creed, or whatever. So there's going to be injustice in everything, but you want to play in this league. This is your job. So everybody at their job wants a fair shake, but they also want their check. So they like, look, have it your way. I'm going to play the game. I'm going to deal with the BS. Just don't screw with me. Now, if you guys come together and get some unity going and talk to your players union, and maybe you guys could set something up and it could be done the proper way and go through the proper channel. A lot of people don't even have that option. There is no union. There's no one to fight for them. They complain too much, they replace them. So there's plenty out there without your luxuries. Okay? Cap got millions sitting in the bank. So he got the options. He got so many options, it's crazy. He got a Nike deal and don't even play. So he's covered. And I feel they're playing off the pain of people trying to use him as the catalyst. When I see him, and then I know he's drunk the Kool-Aid when I see him on the magazine with the black leather coat, with the leather gloves on and the afro, like he's leading the charge, like the Black Panthers and stuff. That's when I really was irritated and just done with him completely. Because now you playing off people's pain. And you igniting stuff without a plan. There is no plan in place. You just costing people to lead them down a road of no return. Now people are like, oh, so you agree with Jay-Z? No, I don't agree with Jay-Z at all. Jay-Z used this for his advantage so he can come through there and Jay-Z his way. And, you know, it's not like I'm sitting here picking a side. There is no sides. I'm on the sides of what it is and what's right and what's wrong. You're not going to change the NFL. The NFL is a very prejudiced place, but if you want the NFL to consort, it's going to take solidarity within the players on the teams. It's going to take the union. It's going to take all of you together to say, all right, we want to sit at the table. This is what we want from the NFL. We want the owners. We want respect. We want this to happen this way. Now, if that's not happening, then some things got to happen. Some changes, some things got to take place. But no way, shape, or form are we backing Jay-Z. Are we going with the NFL and all this crazy? We not even going down that road. And Stephen A. Smith is just making a point. In his opinion, he don't want the job. He don't want the job. Looking at all the things he's done, to me it looks like a dog and pony show. The liberals grabbed him, made him a martyr, a living martyr, and the NFL doing what they did just threw gas on a fire. When they could have distinguished this a whole different way. And by them failing to do it the right way has caused all this. Their biasness was on display, and that was the only thing bright spot that came up out of all of this. The only bright spot. The only bright spot was that it exploited all of this. So, YouTube premiere, y'all tell me, do you agree with what Stephen A. Smith said, or you agree with what Reid is saying? Well, you're a hater, so I knew you was going to say that. You've always been a hater. I knew you would say that. Why is Stephen A. Why are you calling him a coon for? Because that's how he felt. He gave a very concise explanation of what he meant. No, no, no. No, I think you guys are a little off there. But anyway, I agree more with Stephen A. Smith than I do anybody else. So, on that note, I mean, I've disagreed with Stephen A before. I'm just saying on this subject, I disagree. Is that okay for me to do? All right, cool. I'm out. All right, I'm out. Don't forget though, hit that Cash App up. Carcino's the name on the Cash App, and definitely hit the Streamlab. Click the link in the description box. Thank you.